okay, I got too much here. What am I gonna do? I don't know, hang on. Hey guys, welcome back. So I got a really fun video for y'all today. I'm gonna be trying out a bunch of products from JCat Beauty with you guys on camera today. So I was trying to remember, I feel like I've maybe tried one or two of their products over the years, but I really just wanted to like dive in and try a bunch from their brand. So I grabbed several things from Ulta and then I placed several orders from JCat Beauty's website directly. I think they do free shipping at $25 or $20 or something like that, which is awesome. So I just placed several orders and grabbed a bunch of different things to try out with you guys. So this is the finished look that we will be creating together on camera, and I'm just gonna be getting ready with y'all today and testing out some JCat Beauty goodies. So let's get to it. Okay, so I went ahead and applied a thin layer of CC cream. This is the Mary Kay CC cream. I just like to have something on my face when I go to do my eyes, just because if I don't, I'm like distracted. So I went ahead and applied a little bit of this. I am gonna be trying a powder foundation from JCat Beauty, but usually I'll wear a powder foundation with something else anyway, a lot of times with a BB cream or CC cream. So anywho, I have a little bit of this on. The first thing I'm gonna start with is the All About That Base Nude Shadow Primer. I've heard great things about this. I think I first heard about this from Dana Ann, and she was saying that she really likes this. Oh, okay, I got too much here. Just a second. Okay, so this is like a concealer and a primer in one. Wow, okay. Oh, I like this idea. This is cool, because usually I have to put some of my foundation on my eyelids to kind of like even things out, but this is like a 2-in-1. Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. Next, I got a brow product to try. This is the Procision Micro Slim Brow Pencil, and I got the shade Taupe. So this is what it looks like, and it's a skinny type of a brow pencil. First off, I gotta do something to try to get these brows to lay somewhere in the vicinity of the right place. To be honest, I usually don't notice like a huge difference in these type of micro brow type pencils. So for me, it's kind of, it really comes down to how long it color for sure. And this one seems like it's a little bit warm toned for me. So that's definitely a factor I think about, but also how long the actual pencil lasts, because I don't know, they seem to go quickly. So I like price point to be low, and I don't want to spend, you know, $20 on something like this that's gonna run out pretty quickly. You know what I mean? I like how this is applying. It has a really nice texture to it. It doesn't feel too creamy. This almost looks red. Doesn't it look kind of red? Wow, that is really warm toned, but I do like the texture of it. It's not too creamy, but it's also not too hard where it's not applying. So I really like the texture. That color though is definitely not ideal for me. Man, it almost looks like auburn, but no, it says taupe. I mean, it's taupe. It's just a very, that's a warm taupe. That's a very red taupe. Okay, brows are on, but especially like at the front of this brow where I really don't have a lot of hair, it's looking just really obvious that it's very red. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this YBF Beauty Your Best Friend Automatic Eyebrow Pencil in Universal Taupe. This is actually a little bit dark for me, but I'm just gonna use a little bit of this at the front of my brow and in a couple little spots just to kind of like tone down that warmth to it just a little bit. Okay, for eyeshadows, I just could not decide because there were so many pretty palettes, and y'all know I love eyeshadows, and especially eyeshadow palettes. So I got the Take Me Away Fantasy Dreamland palette, so I grabbed that one, and then I grabbed these two, which I heard that Taylor talking about these, and these looked really pretty too. These are the Extreme Access Pocket Shadows. So yeah, and I got Walk of Stardom and Red Carpet Premiere. So, what am I gonna do? I don't know, hang on. I think I wanna play with this one. And look y'all, I haven't even touched it. Okay, so let's just look at a couple of these shadows. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, oh my goodness, that is like melted metal. That is pretty, as I hit myself in the face with my brush. And this is a beautiful bronzy color. Okay. So I think I want to do something kind of rosy coppery. We might just go full on copper. Let's just go full on copper. How about let's go mauvey copper? Yeah, let's go somewhere in there. And I actually think I might bring in this kind of pinky shade in this one, that one right there, that metallic-y pinky shade. Okay, so we're gonna start with this palette. So I'm gonna get some of Storytime, which is this one right here. Get that on my Cozette S175 brush. Tap that off. Put this into, oh, that's pretty. Into my crease and transition area. Really liking this texture. It seems like it has pigmentation to it, but it's not like it's overtaking my eye, but it's building on itself really easily. So how would I describe this texture? I would say pigmented, and you know how I sometimes describe metallic-y shades as being a little bit thicker so that they adhere and then build on themselves? This almost seems to be the same case with these mattes, so, or at least this one matte that I put on my eyeballs. Okay, now I'm gonna get a bit of Fairy Tale on a Cozette D220 brush. And apply this kind of in the same area, but staying a little bit lower, just kind of building up that depth and dimension in my crease. Ooh, I just swatched this shade, which is Everlasting. That one right there. Look how pretty that is. Ooh, that's a really unique color. It's like a peachy gold. That is beautiful. Okay, now I'm gonna get some of Daydream on a small crease brush and apply this into my outer corner and over into my crease once again. Wow, I am really liking these mattes. Same experience with those other ones, just very easy to use, a nice buttery sort of texture, but that also has that little bit of thickness to it so that it really adheres and builds on itself. So I am impressed with the mattes for sure. Okay, so now I'm grabbing this little pocket shadow palette. What is this? Access Pocket Shadow Extreme Palette. And I want to use this color right here. So let me find a brush. You know what? Actually, I want to use this one first. And get some of that one first. Okay, so this feels like that really thick kind of texture. Well, not as buttery feeling as the metallic-y shades in the other palette. Seems a little bit different, but let's see. I get some of this on my brush, tap it off, and then let's just put it on my eye just to first see it like this. Okay, so pretty that way. So let's put a little bit on with my finger so you can see it that way. Okay, so there is the finger application. All right, and now I'm gonna get some on my brush and spray it with the setting spray because that's always my preferred application method with a shimmery shadow. So as I'm working with this, it looks like it's kind of packing down on itself. So that's kind of interesting. I wasn't really noticing that with the metallic-y shades in that other palette, so this may be a slightly different sort of a formula to it. So let me apply a little bit of this on my lids. I'm gonna leave the inner portion open. This does seem like it builds on itself well, which is nice. I think that's always important with a shadow is, you know, can it be built up? Because then you have options with it, you know? Just for a little experiment, I've wiped off my brush, so now I'm gonna get some of, I cannot read what that says, Imagination. It was like words over a dark background, so I couldn't read that. Okay, I'm gonna get some of this one and see a little bit of that like packing down, but not as much as in that other palette. Okay, gonna get some of this on my brush. Same thing, spray my brush. Actually spray my brush, don't just spray it in the air like I just did the first time I sprayed that time. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this, ooh, over the top. Okay, that one's really pretty. I am kind of noticing more of that packing down as I get down into the shadow a little bit more, so that may just seem to happen with these shadows, but I'm still able to use them. Like I just kind of drag my brush kind of across it to sort of get the product on my brush. So still definitely workable. And look how metallic-y and pretty that is. That's very pretty. So seems like the metallic-y shades are a little bit better in this palette. So overall, I'm liking this one so far. Let me grab a matte from the other small palette in just a second. I do really want to use this light pink shade, so I'm going to just apply this with my finger to the inner corners of my eyes. Ooh, that's pretty. That one's very pretty. Okay, so what matte can we use? Let's use this kind of mauve-y color right here. And I'm gonna put some of this in the outer corners of my eyes. So this matte seems about the same as the other ones from the other palette from what I can tell, with just using it right here. But I'll use another one. I'll try to grab another one from this palette for my lower lash line in a second. This palette does have an interesting smell to it. It smells like something to me. Like makeup used to smell. Oh, I didn't even know how to describe it. Like, just like makeup. Almost like a makeup-y lipstick smell, but it's an eyeshadow. I don't know. And then I got this eyeliner. This is the Rocker Chic Velvet Touch Waterproof Gel Eyeliner. So this is what the box looks like. This is what the actual pencil looks like. So I got the shade Glam Rock 103. So I'm just gonna line my upper lash line with this, and I'll do a little bit of a wing. I don't know if y'all can hear the heavy rain going on outside, but it is raining like crazy. So this is a very thick feeling liner, so not very gel and creamy. Man, the rain is really picking up. So it's not really gliding over my eyes super well. It's kind of tugging on my eyes a little bit. So, it might be one of those liners you have to get into a little bit, but I think there are creamier eyeliners out there just that I found. Like the Rimmel Scandalize ones, those are great and just really glide on the eyes. This one's dragging a little bit too much for my preferences. I'm trying to use an eyeliner pencil to kind of even this out and just sort of get a little bit more shape to this. It's even kind of stuck in my eyelashes. So, not a fan of the eyeliner. So that one's a no for me. I'm gonna clean up my brow bone with a little bit of this shade from this palette. Just apply a little bit of that. I did not get a JCat mascara to try, so I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. So I'm going to apply that and I'll be right back. And I also didn't have any concealers from JCat, so I just went ahead and used a couple of my concealers. So to set my T-zone, I'm going to use this powder. Now I have tried this one several times and I really, really, really like this powder. Y'all know that I love the Ben Nye Luxury powder in Rose Petal, and I use that one pretty much every single day unless I'm trying something else. So I wondered how this would compare to the Ben Nye Luxury powders. Very, very comparable. So I just get a little bit out of the little top and put into the little top. So this one isn't pinky toned. It's really just a very light shade. It's porcelain. It's very poofy. A little bit goes a long way with it. But I mean, as far as how it looks on the skin, it looks very pretty. That's what I love about the Ben Nye powder, is that it doesn't make your skin look dry. It just looks the best on the under eyes, in my opinion, of anything I've tried. So this is very comparable. I wouldn't say it's quite as buttery as the Ben Nye, but I mean, a great drugstore alternative. I mean, just a great option. And now for that powder foundation that I mentioned earlier. This is the Aquasurance Compact Foundation, and I have this shade Ivory. It says an innovative hydrating powder foundation that covers imperfections and evens out the skin tone. Weightless, finely milled formula that minimizes the appearance of pores and improves complexion. Non-clogging powder that absorbs and balances excess oil without looking cakey. Blends effortlessly and applies evenly for a flawless finish. So it does come, this is what it looks like, the compact, and there's a little section down here that has a sponge in it. So I'm going to use a little bit of it on the sponge just so you can see that. This is, I don't think, the ideal color for me because it's a little bit yellowy, but it still works okay. So this is what this looks like with this. I mean, amazing coverage on this. I really haven't tried this like extensively. I just kind of swatched it on my skin to see if it would match me, and it matches okay. But very nice coverage. from just even when I was swatching it on my arm, I mean, I could tell that it was having very nice coverage. And even now, I mean, I'm looking and it's like, that's very nice. It's not looking dry either. Looks a little bit heavy in here, but sometimes that can happen just kind of as I apply my concealer in that V sort of a shape, it sort of collects right in here. So that's far more likely that it's from that happening than anything else. But I mean, as far as coverage, it's covering my kind of discoloration over here. I also grabbed this thing. I don't even know what this is. Off of Amazon. It's some kind of a sponge thing just because I wanted to try it with another sort of sponge. This is a very pointy sponge. I'm not sure how I'm going to use this, but I wanted to try it with a different kind of sponge to see how that would work too. Oh, applying it with this, it actually seems like an okay color for me. Wow, applying it with this, it seems like a little bit goes a long way. I actually think I got too much up there. I heard that Taylor talk about this powder foundation as well, and she seemed to really like it. This is very pretty. Wow. I'm liking how that looks. I think I might like this side a little bit more. So let's use a little bit of this, a little bit more of this on this side with this with this sponge applicator thing. Okay, even this side versus this side, I just applied a little bit more right in here, and I think that side looks better than this side. There's still some kind of pinky darkness over there. And using some of this with this very weird pointy sponge. I think I got this off of Amazon. It just really like brightens it. Wow. Okay, yes, big fan of this powder foundation. Doesn't look drying, great coverage. The sponge that it comes with does totally work, but I also really like it with this, so big fan. Okay, for my lower lash line, I'm gonna go back in with this palette right here, and I'm gonna get a little combo of this one and this one. So just kind of swirling my brush in each of those just to kind of get basically like a light peachy sort of color. And just line my lower lash line with this. And then I'm going to pop on some of my CoverGirl Clump Crusher on my lower lashes. Okay, now for some contouring. I have a feeling that y'all can probably hear the heavy rain and the storming outside, so this is just a rainy day, get ready with me video, I guess. So this is the Hide and Seek Contour Highlight Palette. This is a huge box for the size of the palette. I mean, the palette is big, but the box is giant for the size of the palette. So there they are. Anywho, I'm gonna get some of, man, it's just like, it is raining so hard outside. So there are 4 different matte shades here, and then there are 4 different highlight shades. So the contouring shades, the matte shades, are pretty warm toned. I mean, they are really warm toned. So I'm gonna get some of this one right here with a little dot of that one on my Sedona Lace FB 05 brush and apply this as my contour and do just a little bit of shaping to my face. That blended very nicely onto my face. Didn't seem to stick or drag or be hard to blend, so I like that. That's pretty. So it is a little bit warm toned, but as far as texture goes, I really like that. For blush, I got this little guy to try. This is the Love Struck Blusher and Bronzer, and this is in the shade Honey Bunches, and it has a cat on it. I mean, what? What more could I need in life than a blush with a cat on it, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do a little swirl. So it looks like there is a matte section, and then the little kitty cat is kind of a, he looks like a, I don't know, shiny, shimmery sort of color. So this looks very pigmented. Oh yes, okay, so gonna apply just a little bit of this. I wiped the excess on my pajama pants. My pajama pants. My pajama pants. We're so fancy around here. This is so pretty. Oh, I like this. It is very pigmented, so I mean, it's one that you wouldn't really do a lot of building up. It's more like you apply it and then you have to do a lot of blending because it's just very pigmented. But it is blending well, and I like that little bit of sheen that it has. That's pretty. But look how much pigmentation that is. That's a lot of pigmentation, but it's very pretty. I think I got way too many things to test because I still have several more to go. Okay, so I also got the Aura Glow Liquid Highlighter. It says argan oil infused. Very pretty. And then the shade that I got is kind of a pinky color. This looks kind of a interesting and a little bit super creative. This one is in Bella Rose. Let me show you the front of it. Bella Rose. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, and it's kind of a dropper sort of an applicator. And it's like a duochrome sort of a color. Let me swatch it for you. So there it is full on, and there it is blended out. I have no idea how I'm gonna use this in this look because I've already got a lot of makeup on my face. So let's see, what can I do? I think I'm just gonna take a small stipple brush and get some on the brush from the back of my hand. And I think I'm just gonna put a little bit of this up on my cheekbones and also kind of as a blush topper. Ooh, that's pretty too. Look at that, how it catches the light versus this side. Definitely a difference. I mean, that blush already had a little bit of sheen, but now this adds a lot more to it. That's pretty. It does seem like it maybe moved the powder products a little bit underneath it, so you know, you may have to do a little bit of like back and forth blending. Like I'm gonna go back in with my blush brush, but seems very nice. It does seem to be, I can tell that it has that argan oil in it because it feels hydrating to it, which is not a bad thing, but that could kind of like affect how it interacts with your makeup products just because it has that almost like a little bit of an oily texture to it. But I love the color of it. I think if you have dry skin, this would be a great highlighter option because of that extra hydration. And as if I didn't already have a ton of highlighter going on my face, I'm gonna add a little bit more. This is the You Glow Girl Baked Highlighter, and this is in Bella Rose. Very pretty design to it. Let me show you a swatch. It is gorgeous, a light pinky color. I did also get one other one. This one is Unicorn Fave. So this one looks like this. This is kind of more of a golden pinky color. Actually, either of them would be very pretty. This one would probably honestly go better over Bella Rose, but it's probably gonna be pretty close to the color. Why don't we use both of them? Let's use both of them. Use a little bit of the Unicorn first. So it does seem to be very close to the Bella Rose color. So I would say good for layering the two. But if you're wanting like difference in color, I would get a different one like Bella Rose, or they also have kind of golden ones. So now I'm gonna get a little bit of Bella Rose. I'm using a Beauty Junkees Pro setting brush. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on the tops of my cheekbones. And I think I'm also gonna pop a little bit of this on the inner corners of my eyes with a pencil brush. Lastly, for lips, I grabbed a couple things to try. First off is the Roll It Up Auto Lip Liner, and this is in the color Tea Rose. And then this is the Fantabulous lipstick in Prune. So I thought Prune was gonna be a really neutral color, and it came in and it's a very pretty color, but it's kind of a way pinkier color than I was expecting. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more neutral, but Tea Rose seems like it's gonna be a pretty neutral lip liner color. So I'm gonna apply both of these. Ooh, this is very nice. I love the color. And it feels very creamy, like a really nice texture to it. Like creamy enough to apply easily, but also creamy enough that you could probably just fill in your lips and wear this as a lip color. So this was super affordable too, and just a really nice kind of muted cool tone mauve. I like this a lot. And FYI, this is a retractable lip liner. And that lipstick feels very nice too. I would say it feels kind of more like in between a cream and a satin sort of a finish, but feels very nice on the lips. Let me show you swatches of each of these. So there is the lip liner and there is the lip color. I love those paired together too. Ooh, I am loving this lip combo. Yes, yes, yes. And again, this was super affordable, this lipstick. I also want to show you guys swatches of these. I grabbed a couple of them to test out, but clearly I got too many eyeshadows to test out for this video, so I ran out of space on my one set of eyeballs. So I'll just show you guys some swatches. These are the Prismetal Chrome Eye Mousses. Very interesting. So I got two shades. This first one is this lighter shade, and this one is in Frosty Foil. And then I got Foiled Bombshell, which is kind of a super golden color. So this one's very light and this one's very golden. So here are those swatches. These have a really interesting texture to them. They really are kind of like a putty mousse sort of a texture, but look how sparkly and beautiful they are. They are gorgeous. They catch the light, so I cannot wait to play with those more because they are stunning in a swatch. So fun. Okay, so finished look. I am totally digging this makeup. I am so impressed with so many of these products. So let's start with the things that I was not that impressed with, go to the sort of things, and then get into the huge stack of I really, really liked it. So really the only for sure no for me is the Rocker Chic Velvet Touch Waterproof Gel Eyeliner Pencil, just because it had a strange texture that kind of drug on my eyes, got stuck in my lashes, just a weird, goofy sort of texture to it. So I don't like this, but that's really about the only like for sure no thing for me. This is just kind of a meh for me, only because of the color. Like if there was a color match for me, I would totally be about this. If you have a color match in this pencil, I would still recommend it. The Procision Micro Slim Brow Pencil, I think still a very workable brow pencil. It's really just about the colors, the only reason that it's a little bit meh for me. These eyeshadows, I want to play with them more. Really, I just like, I'm kind of only on the fence about them because I didn't get to play with them full on. So I think that they're still very workable shadows and some really pretty colors in both of them. I just got too many eyeshadows to try out. This is overall a yes for me. I'm gonna have to be careful with how I use it and apply it just because of that argan oil in it, the Aura Glow liquid highlighter, but I mean, man, it's beautiful. So do really like this. Really like the powder foundation, so hydrating. I can tell that I'm getting a little bit of glow in here. So, I mean, I think it definitely has that hydration to it, but looks so pretty on the skin, applies well. I really like these. I haven't even tried them on my eyes. So this is just in a swatch. I like these and I think they're pretty. Really like the inexpensive lip products. I mean, they applied well. I love the color. That's awesome. This applied really well on my face. Really the only sort of negative I would say about it, or really not even a negative, but just feedback and information, is that it's a very warm toned palette as far as the mattes go. I need to play with the highlighters more, but I mean, it's beautiful. Loved this blush. I think it's so pretty on the cheeks. It applied well. It's pigmented. Love these highlighters. They are beautiful and pigmented and easy to apply. Look pretty on the cheeks, look pretty on the inner corners of the eyes. Really like the eyeshadow primer. That like seemed to cancel out discoloration, worked great for a base. I mean, it's awesome. Love this palette. It applied well. It looks beautiful. It blended well. I didn't notice fallout on my face. Easy to work with. Really like this powder. I think it's a great affordable option compared to the Ben Nye powder. I don't like it quite as much, but I still think it's a great powder for the price, so I'm so impressed with it. So I wanted to do a quick check-in with you guys just because we happen to swing back by the house. So I wanted to show you kind of how everything is wearing. So I have definitely gotten oilier. I think I have a chest hair like on my chin. I was holding him and snuggling him a second ago, and I think he left his mark of hairs all over my face. But that's okay because I love my chester. So this is kind of how it's looking. I'm definitely looking oily. I would look oilier, but what I sometimes do during the day if I'm starting to look oily is I'll kind of like just do this, kind of just rub a little bit on my forehead, and it's like it distributes that oiliness a little bit, which is really not ideal. I would not recommend doing that because you're really not supposed to touch your face with your hands throughout the day. It's just not a good idea, but that's what I do and that's what I did. So that's why I'm looking a little bit less oily right now. But it is kind of breaking down a little bit around my nose. So this actually, even when I initially applied it and also how it's wearing, this reminds me a lot of the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination. So if you like that one, I think you would really like this foundation. And I do feel like it's a great option for dry skin, a great powder foundation option for dry skin, and that's kind of a rare thing to find. So I think it's really just going to depend on your skin type and what you're looking for. It might be a little bit too hydrating for me, but I might still be able to make it work. I mean, it's not like it looks terrible, but I might have a little bit too much oil to my skin to be able to really fully wear this foundation. But I think it's cool to have a hydrating powder foundation. Eyeshadows seem to be wearing well. I did have some smudging under my eye over here, and I think it's that eyeliner. So not a fan of the eyeliner. Liking the way the eyeshadows are wearing. I did have some mascara transferring up here earlier, which is a little bit earlier in the day than that usually happens. And if it happens earlier in the day, it's usually because my eyeshadow primer is not kind of helping keep those oils away enough. So I do really like the eyeshadow primer, but it doesn't seem to be as hardcore as I need. So what I'll probably do is still use my Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer and then use the J-Cat over the top of it, because I like that canceling out the discoloration, because it has that like tone to it, that skin tone color to it. So anywho, that's a quick little check-in. Lips didn't really last through eating, but that's okay, because I still really liked how it felt on the lips and super affordable. And the cheek products are wearing pretty well too. Yeah, they're still going strong. So there's a little quick check-in, quick check-in. Yeah. But man, I am just overall blown away by so many of these products, and I feel really excited about J-Cat Beauty now, because it's clear that they make great affordable makeup. So I'm just super excited to try out more from them. So anyway, I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope it was fun for you guys to get to see me trying out these different products. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Let me know down below what some of your favorite products are from J-Cat Beauty. I would love to know that. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!